That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now.
A few moments later.
Thank you, Leah. Somebody said it. Thank you. Oh, shit. Going up, but y'all not outside. I don't call you retired. I'm gonna be naked.
Girls all over the world.
Is your food good, sir? What you eating?
Fruits.
You got some fruit?
Play dummy.
No hands. No hands on the ball.
Soccer ball.
I know. It was really a basketball.
Soccer.
Show me how you score. Show me how you score.
Happy. Ball.
Okay. Good job. Can you touch the ball?
Touch the ball.
No, with your toes, with your foot. Yeah.
Tap 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Good job.
Now kick. Kick.
Where have you been? 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 Where have you been?
We got an hour and 20 minutes. I don't think I've verbally spoken in a while. It's the end of June. So this will be like towards, okay, hold on. Let me put my little laptop on a charger because I'm about to clock out for the day, but I got like 2 more tasks, but my battery is dying. So hold on. Okay, I'm back. I got distracted. I put my cabbage on the stove and now I'm cooking some salmon. I really want some rice for the sake of time. Ain't no rice, baby. For the sake of time, there will be no rice because it's like 5 o'clock. I gotta go get Princeton in about 30 or so minutes because we have Bible study tonight. So, yes. Oh, today is Wednesday. Wow. So this week is kind of melodramatic. I don't even know if that's the appropriate term, but that's the word we're gonna go with because I found, this is such a loaded story. I found Princeton a daycare. I have like 3 options. So his daycare has pre-K. We finally heard back from the school district, so he has a seat at this particular elementary for pre-K. And then there's this charter school that just confirmed that he don't have a seat and that is not free. But when I put my little accountant hat on and per my calculations, tuition plus after school is still giving the best deal out of the other 2. So it's still in the run, even though they literally, quite frankly, pissed me the fuck off today. I sent the nicest email I could, but also made sure I communicated exactly that I was not pleased with you sending me a wait list and a tuition sheet when you have it advertised on your website and your social medias that this is a tuition-free program. So I was not pleased. I'm still upset. But I almost withdrew him from the wait list. Like, I was 38, but I said what I had to say, and I'm just gonna sit on it because, you know, I can overreact sometimes. But I'm annoyed. I wish I didn't even plan on talking about this. Now I'm annoyed all over again. Anyway, June has been great. June has been fun, but yeah. So okay, with that, this week it's the last week in June. Princeton's his last day at this daycare possibly is tomorrow. He goes with his dad for the summer. So for July, he'll be with his dad. I'll see him like 2 or 3 days out of that month, out of July. But for the majority of the time, he'll be with his father. So I'm taking him out for July, obviously, but also under the impression that he may not be re-enrolling in August due to due to school pre-K. So that's that or whatever. So he usually eats dinner at the daycare with one of his favorite teachers. And so I don't think, well, he had soccer yesterday, so I had to pick him up before they served dinner. But tonight they'll serve dinner. So this will be like their last night eating dinner together. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna pick him up a little later so he can hang with his girl for a little bit. And then tomorrow he'll go to daycare, and I don't know, but I feel like his dad kind of picks him up kind of early, so he may not get a full day there. But that tomorrow will be like his last day. Maybe forever. So, very sad day. They are all so sad. They're like, he's just such a good kid. And I'm like, I know. And he really likes it there. He just started warming up to everybody. So it's bittersweet on my end as well, because I really like them, but I also just have to do like what's financially just sound. And, you know, though I wouldn't mind him going to pre-K there, I just, because I want him to be assessed to get in kindergarten at this magnet school, I don't need any interruptions or distractions. And as far as him really absorbing like the curriculum and actually learning, because the requirements is, I guess, what they should know, but I want him to be confident when he's being assessed and answer the questions, because he's smart, he knows the answers, but I have noticed that he'll kind of freeze up, you know, like naturally he'll be around the house singing all the answers, but if you directly ask him, he'll kind of be like and it's just like, you know, like not really question himself, but kind of second guess himself, I guess it's the same thing. But I just would like him to be assessed like confidently, like, you know, like when they ask the questions, like he's just in there. Because the other thing is, once you get accepted into this school, you don't have to be reassessed. Like once you have a spot, you have a spot. And we're competing with everybody who got in at pre-K. So it's not even like 100% empty seats, you know what I'm saying? Because if any of those parents are like, oh, well, we want to stay, that's a seat that's taken. And so let's say it's only like 5-8 seats left, you know, he's competing, unfortunately, for those seats. We're just gonna hope for the best. However, if it doesn't work out with this magnet school, then there is another school in another district, well, in the district that we're currently applying in, that I would like for him to go, but they just don't have pre-K, so we would have to go for kindergarten. But nonetheless, I thought I was gonna have a tuition-free little vibe for the next year, and yeah, God said, yeah, you ain't cutting that out the budget. You ain't cutting that out the budget just yet, Miss Mama. So go ahead. You thought this was gonna be extra money. It's not. So sit it to the side. Stop playing. So there's that. So that's pretty much like the adulting part that's been taking place in June. Oh, some other adulting I have been doing. I get baptized on Sunday. So that will be literally, I get baptized on June 30th. So that will be the close of this vlog. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And then I have gotten a lymphatic massage, which you guys have probably already seen. I also went and got a colonic, which you guys have witnessed that at this point. And when I went to get my lymphatic massage, she referred me to her nutritionist. And so I have an appointment with her early July, and I'm excited about that. I'm supposed to be doing a food journal up until that point, so she can kind of get an idea of how I be eating. And I guess it'll be cool for me to see how I be eating, because to me, I think like I be eating, but like the things I like to eat are like basic. I'm not that exciting. Like I think my most diddly is consumption is bacon. I think bacon is probably my big back snack or whatever. But from our like just emailing, she said that it does sound like I have high cortisol levels, which is interesting because I did go to like a testing lab and I got tested for my cortisol levels and they were extremely high. I don't really know how to read the report, but the girl told me if it's in red, it's bad. And baby, that thing was in red. And even like the little windows that they like kind of say like it should be between, I was way above them. Let's say 20 was like the max. I was like 24. So I am fighting for my life, literally. Which I figured, because the giveaway, like I've been super exhausted. I noticed my exhaustion in the other apartment. I thought it was just like, again, environmental depression, which I still think it was. But I think the other piece of it is me not having my finances in order. I've been stressed about things. And I'm finally feeling like stress is being relieved in all areas. But my eye be twitching. And when I was on TikTok, they said like if your eye muscle be like flexing for no reason, more than likely you have high cortisol levels. I was like, yeah, because that's kind of weird, like how much you be twitching. And I think I even in one of the videos was like, does that mean something? And, blah, blah, blah. And that's what it means. You're stressed and your cortisol levels is high, and you need to get that together, Miss Mamas. I bought a walking treadmill, a portable one that's in my house, and from Amazon, to kind of help me with meeting my walking goals. Honestly, after buying that, I'm concluding that it don't matter. It don't matter if I put it in the house. If I don't want to work out, I'm not going to work out. And I'm concluding that. Like, I have a whole little gym right now. I got 3 weights, a mat, and a walking treadmill. Yeah, sure. Just trying to get a routine or whatever. So that is actually going to be the fun part about July. I'm calling it a discipline hot girl month because I don't have Princeton, but I still need to like get it together to be able to wake up like way earlier so that he can get to school. So this is like, even though this is my free month, it's like the Olympics for me. Like, I'm getting my routine. We gotta wake up. We gotta get it together so that life can just flow from here on out. Because literally from August on to the rest of our life, that is just how life is gonna be for like the next 15 years. That's how life is gonna be for me. That was a bit dramatic, but it's true. I'll say the next 11 years, because once he starts driving, and it's only gonna get busier. So we at least need to have a foundation that we're adding on to versus trying to put it all together. You know what I'm saying? So no, I've been doing like some really big girl stuff. It has been a fun month. I've been hanging out with friends. The weather here is amazing. It's hot as hell, but I love it. I love it. Church has been going great. I am involved in 3 ministries. I've been consistently going. I don't think I missed church since Princeton's birthday, since I had like family in town for his birthday that weekend and we didn't end up going. I want to say that's the last time I haven't gone. And most of July this week, like because me and his dad kind of switched weekends, I had a lot of free weekends without Princeton. We doubled up this weekend, which I'm glad, because usually when we double up, like I get really exhausted with him. But I think like that's a really good time for him to go off to his dad for a long extended time. So I was happy that the calendar like worked out to where I could double up for the weekend before he goes away. Cause when he goes, it ain't just weekends. Like he's gone like literally July 1st to July 31st, 30th, 31st, whatever. He's gonna be with his dad, and then I'll get him for like 1 weekend out that whole month. And then right after the end of July, that's the first weekend of August. So he's right back with his dad. But we'll have to figure that out because that's like around when school is gonna start. So we'll see. We'll have to work that out or whatever. But yeah, I mean, that is pretty much what's been going on. I mean, I feel like you guys have witnessed all of this in the video, but I did want to like verbalize just in case. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna go hurry up and eat this food. It's about 5:10. I gotta put some clothes on. I will do better at closing out my videos. I can't promise that I'm gonna do it all the time. But since June is like a whole month vlog, I feel like I can do that. I can do that. So it would kind of just be a little follow-up to this. And I do want to highlight, just for me, highlight like my highs and lows for the month. Like, that's like the beautiful thing about editing the videos is you live through these moments and you just live through them. You know what I'm saying? But then you go back and you gotta like rewatch all the material to like put it together. And to be like, oh, I forgot that happened, or da 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 da. So I do definitely, because I mean, y'all know I'm behind. Like even now, I got 3 videos in the chamber for March. there's no excuse. There's no excuse. It's just, I just been tired. I just haven't felt motivated. I haven't even been watching other vlogs or whatever. So I don't know. I'm just playing with it. I'm just having fun. I have not bought a camera yet because I'm very indecisive. It's just really coming down to me. So I will have to see what it is and what it do. But yeah, let me get out of here. Let me wrap this up. I'll talk to y'all again. Y'all will get the rest of this week. Capture the baptism. I will do a closeout video and we'll wrap this up.
I know that it.
I actually been over here.
Oh, okay, you gonna take the sound out the video?
I gotta, which
Thank God. Because I was about to say, But you know what, this earring is just janky anyway. I should have put one of those clear, you know, one of those clear stoppers.
Oh, they got.
Bands can't see me do my dance.
I heard now.
Let that coochie breathe. Shake that ass, bitch. Hands on your knees.
Y'all, I'm like beyond annoyed. Like, it is fucking 5:30 in the morning. 5:30 in the morning. Which would be fine if a nigga was not trying to kidnap me and take me to fucking Arlington. I live in Dallas, baby. Dallas. Not no special kind of Dallas. I live in Dallas. By Dallas, I mean I stay not even 10 minutes from downtown. I live in Dallas. Why the fuck would you take me to fucking Arlington? In my life, I've never had somebody say they're gonna take us home and plan to take us out of town. Out of town. Nigga, you trying to take us out of town. I want to go home. Oh. Okay, well, let me know when you come back.
Tailor-made you for your anointing and your appointment. He tailor-made you specifically for your greatness. So everybody's process is not your process. So once you get that, you understand that this is my process. So God, I'm not looking at what they have. I'm not looking at what you did for them. I'm not worried about what they have and what you did for them. I know what my desires are. And you said, God, that if I delight myself in you, you will give me the desires of my heart.
know I had to come to my favorite place. I got the chocolate chip.
Get it.
Perfect, thank you. What you got? Princeton, what you got? Uh-oh. What's up, y'all? We have made it till the end of June. It is currently 1 hour or maybe 45 minutes, maybe 30, who knows, to midnight. But like I said, I'm going to try to give y'all closeout videos. I am so tired. So if y'all see me like blinking for extensive time, I ain't gonna fall asleep. It just feel good. Y'all can see me. I know you go higher. Okay. It's me fighting with the tripod. Regain that focus, honey. I made a sleepy girl mocktail. What they call that? Bedtime girl. Sleepy baddie. Fighting for your life. Can't really go to sleep, so you need some assistance, but you scared of melatonin. Yeah, all of that. I told y'all I got tested, realized I have high out the woo-ha cortisol levels. I don't know if I initially addressed how I even thought to test my cortisol levels, and it was TikTok. I was up late night, which is also a sign. Horrible sleeping habit, even though you are clearly exhausted. Now I gotta buy one of those little fancy little blender thingies, because powder does not mix well with cold beverages. So I already showed y'all the ingredients I bought for mine, and this strawberry vanilla pairs with this tart. It's not as tart as I was expecting. I thought this was going to be horrible, but it's actually quite tasty. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish this glass. I really didn't need this tonight because I was already tired. One of these is between the magnesium. I think it's the magnesium. It relaxes, it lowers your cortisol level. And so after that, I was like, yeah, we drinking this tonight, sleepy or not sleepy. We lowering those levels to kind of, you know. So I'm interested to see, even though I just know I'm gonna fall asleep regardless, but if I don't get distracted and I actually fall asleep, then I know it was a vibe for sure. So let's start off with why I'm so tired. I told you guys last time I spoke to you, I was getting baptized at the end of the month. Well,
manifesting of your faith, I now baptize you in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Your girl did her big one. She did a big one, yeah. So yes, I am currently in the first few hours of my new life. So how do I feel? I honestly feel very renewed. I feel very refreshed. Because again, like, you know, it's symbolic to leaving your old self behind, your old life behind, and embracing your new one. Embracing that new life, but alongside of God and Jesus, and being obedient and trying to just have a little, not trying, but making a commitment to just living a more godly life. I think it's crazy. So the church, they only do it every 5th Sunday, and there hasn't been an opportunity, you know, once I decided to do this. This was the first, like, this was the next upcoming opportunity. So I think it's very symbolic that it's 6 months into the year, like literally halfway through the year. So, you know, June is the 6th month of the year. And then for the 5th Sunday to be the last day of June, come on now. That is super symbolic, and definitely not being taken lightly. Like, just glancing back at these past 6 months of my life, like literally, y'all, I moved into this apartment in January. I introduced myself to you all from footage in January. Like, it's been a lot, and you know, and I'm so glad that I decided to start vlogging, because one of the most beautiful things about editing your videos, like, yeah, it's like, ooh, child, you know what I'm saying, but you get to see the life you live. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do so much in a day, we do so much in a week, let alone do so much in a month, that you forget things, you know? And when you're watching your videos, and though you may not be able to share every moment with your viewers, you get to see everything, because you know you're going through it. Even like little parts that you may cut out or whatever for the sake of editing, like, it's still like, wow, this happened, or wow, I shared this moment with this person, or wow, I felt like that day. And you know, it's just very beautiful to kind of witness like your life in the future. Witness your life from a future perspective. I don't know. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm in the future. My future self will watch this and be like, oh wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that little thing you was worried about, you're not even thinking about today. Like, come on, girl. Like, it's kind of cool and very therapeutic at the same time. So yes, your girl is baptized. So what is that? What does that mean? I have no idea, y'all. In the sense of like, am I ready to do a hard shift on my life? No. The flesh we're still working on that, in the sense of, you know, my worldly ways. But spiritually, like, I don't have a clear conscience of doing things anymore. Like, before I could do stuff and, you know what I'm saying, like, I would think about it or whatever, but I never felt like convicted or like, nah, you know better than that. Like, that wasn't basically the model that I am now aligning my like actions, spirit, mind, words, and everything to, is a godly one. And so I can recognize and I feel it when I do things and it's like, yeah, no, though you weren't disrespectful with your words, your spirit wasn't clear. Your spirit wasn't pure in that moment. And though you didn't cuss them out, you still internally was not operating from a place of godliness. And I think that was kind of like a new this was before I got baptized, but something had happened. I actually told y'all about it. The whole daycare situation. I was 38. I was hot. And even though I wasn't necessarily like, I didn't cuss, so I wasn't extremely rude or, fully disrespectful in my email, my tone could have been better. And it was, I ain't gonna say it was unnecessary, because it was kind of like, I don't know. This is an example of my worldly self combating with my spiritual self. Like my worldly self, I mean, when you ain't did nothing wrong, ain't like you cussed them out. I mean, they the ones who told you it was free. But then the spiritual side of me is like, okay, but people make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing they can do. It's not like it's a coupon. You know what I'm saying? Like they have rules and regulations that they need to follow, and they just made a mistake. So there's no reason of like tainting a potential future relationship with these individuals, because your son is likely still going to school there, Miss Mamas. So, so it's stuff like that where I'm just better able to self-evaluate. I feel it like, oh, you know better, don't do that, so I do appreciate that. Still working on cussing, just trying to be more obedient and like physical things, romantic things, lustful things. Just really trying to be more obedient in that space. What has helped me is, again, like my husband is on his way. So I'm really just trying to keep my space clear and pure and keep my heart open and present so that I am recognizable when God determines that it's time for us to recognize one another. So, because I'm sure he's praying for a very specific woman, and such as I. Not such as I, so am I. Such as I. Whatever. Me trying to be cute with the wording. And he's praying for a very specific woman, and obviously he's praying for the woman who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm destined, I'm written to be. But I need to be in position. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. And I trust he is getting in position, because that's just the type of man he is. Okay. So yeah, but I'm nonetheless, like I'm very happy. I don't think I've ever been baptized in my life. So this was just felt good, it just felt good. It feels good. I feel good. I feel very clean. Speaking of which, this body, I washed my hair finally, because it's a fully immersed baptism. Like they dipped me underwater, so I just did not do too much with my hair. So because I was gonna have to do it after that anyway. So when I got home, we did a play date at Clyde Warren Park. It's the music class that he was going to. We had met I met a mom there. And so we did a play date at Clyde Warren. It was so hot. But I usually dress to where I can get in the water too. And if you ever go and it's hot, as a parent, you dress to get wet as well. And it's going to keep you cool. But yeah, that went great. But when we came back from that's when I washed my hair and I cooked. I ate my infamous salmon ramen meal or whatever. And then since he's no longer in daycare, I offered to bring him to his dad, because tomorrow's July 1st. So it starts the summer month that he spends with his dad. And I didn't want to have the hassle of trying to figure out the logistics in the morning, because I'll be at work. And I don't know if he's going to be at work or whatever. But I was like, I'll just go ahead and bring him tonight when we're done, so that's just one less thing we got to worry about tomorrow. But he is in Tampa, which I am very proud of him. I'm happy he went and was able to do that. and do something for himself. So he went to Tampa, and I guess he's coming back today. I don't know, but I took him to his grandma's house. I just got back from that maybe like an hour or so ago. Went to McDonald's because a girl was craving a McDonald's Sprite. I came home, and I was really just wanting to lay down because I am sleepy. But I was like, let me make my closeout video. So I got y'all. I told y'all. First I wanted to make this, and see all the powder at the bottom. That's nasty. And it's this black stuff from the spoon. What am I drinking, y'all? I ain't finna be sleepy because all the damn. Maybe I gotta drink it with a straw. Is this something you gotta like mix forever? I wonder if I dissolve it in warm water first and then add it to my beverage. Like, would that be the vibe? Or is it just not supposed to be cold? Is that why y'all use ice? But it's definitely tasty. And it is giving wine. It's giving Stella in that dark black bottle with the twist cap. The little sparkly one that's kind of like a soda. I hate that one, by the way. It's nasty. It just tastes too bubbly. It don't taste like wine. But this is equivalent. It literally tastes the same. Well, I made wine, y'all. I almost said something. But we gonna leave those jokes for tomorrow. So, yes. I wonder how I'm gonna feel. Like, you know how you ever took a melatonin? Well, okay, you know how like your kids start tweaking, they start malfunctioning when they sleepy. I'm wondering if that's what's happening. Like, I'm unaware that I am at the tip of my downfall. This is a placebo. Because I think I'm just too excited about it. I'm too excited about something making me sleepy. It's gonna work tonight because mentally I'm already here. Okay, I'm trying to drink it faster because I don't want that powder. But yeah, anyway, okay, so I was gonna do the highs and the lows of this month. I will say the low of this month, ooh, y'all. The low of this month would have to be my dad making a commitment to travel in town to see me in Princeton to meet us. My biological father, on June 4th, on a Tuesday, at the beginning of the month. He was supposed to be here. Wednesday morning, I called this man, he ain't answer. Mind you, he was supposed to come Tuesday evening. Yeah, hit him up Wednesday morning and was like, you know, did you make it? Blah, blah, blah. No answers. I called, no answer. Text, no response. Like, basically, Shawty went silent. And so, I'm nervous because I'm like, well, did you make it? Did something go wrong? You know, da-da-da-da. Or did you just not come? Like, did something happen? You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't get the impression that he was gonna flake on me, you know? I didn't get the impression that my dad would ghost me. So I was like, something must have happened, you know? So it's like, the trip was supposed to be like Tuesday to Saturday. Wednesday, I had Bible study. And I just remember that day, like, I was like, hey, you know, Princeton goes with his dad tomorrow. Just want to make sure you're good, for one. But two, like, what's the deal for today? So I can make arrangements because we got Bible study today. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have our day-to-day, our week-to-week schedule. So I'm trying to accommodate and make time around our schedule for everyone to meet and it'd be all kumbaya and stuff. So anyway, by Thursday, I had to go run to the post office to send off a package. And I called my aunt, which is his sister. Me and her had just recently was in contact because my other aunt, which is their sister, she passed away like around Mother's Day. And me and her our birthday is on the same day. So on my birthday, when my daddy called, he ended up calling me back, and I was talking to her. So a handful of the family was traveling here, and I guess they were flying through Dallas to head to where she was, Colleen. Kind of like, if you have an opportunity, maybe you can connect with them and meet them, whatever. So anyway, I call her. And I'm just like, hey, my dad was supposed to be here since Tuesday. I haven't heard anything. I'm concerned. And so she's like, okay, yeah, last I heard he was traveling to you. So let me figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Let me make some phone calls. So, and I told her, I was like, he's not answering. So I'm not sure if he made it, if something happened. I don't really know which flight he got on. I just know it was this particular airline and these 2 times were the options. And she was like, all right, cool. Let me call around. So by the time I leave the post office, she calls me back. I didn't answer, so she texts. My phone's on D&D all day. So she probably just thought I wasn't available. Anyway, she ended up texting me and she was just like, hey, we found him. He's here. Well, not here, but he's home or whatever. I was like, what did he say? Like, why he didn't come? And she was like, he didn't say. So I called her and I was just like, and she's like, yeah, so he didn't answer when I called, but so-and-so kept calling and finally got through. And he was like, he was home. And they was like, well, you need to let people know, when people are checking on you, you need to communicate, blah, 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 da, 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 da. And so my feelings were hurt, as they should be. And so she was like, she was just saying, like, I do remember talking to him. Oh, well, she kind of left it at that. And she was like, I apologize for any inconvenience. And in my head, I'm like, what are you apologizing for? You didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? But also, this is not something that's being taken lightly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't recall, like, I've met my father, but I can't recall really when, I have a faint memory of, like, posing under a tree with him somewhere. But I don't know if that was, like, a real life thing or if it was just a picture that I capture as a real life memory, or if it's something from a dream. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but I haven't seen my biological father for years. You might as well say for like 32 years, for 30 plus years, I didn't get too excited, but it's also like because I'm conditioned to be disappointed. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even allow myself to fully get excited about it. But then I got pissed because you're somebody who's showing up in my life, we'll say the last 4-5 years. And now you have me worried about you when all you had to do was communicate. That really irked me. And it was very triggering. I'll tell y'all that story later. Or maybe never. But it was just triggering. And she was just like, are you okay? And I was like, no, baby, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Like, I'm just not okay. And she was like, well, don't give up on him. You and Princeton bring him a lot of joy. And I'm just like, yeah. But she did share that, she did share that he communicated that he was nervous about getting on a plane. And that makes sense because he never really bought a ticket. He just knew the 2 times that he wanted to get on the plane. But I kept asking, like, oh, send me your itinerary. And he was just like, okay. But then when I talked to him, it might have been like Tuesday morning, and he was supposed to leave that evening, he was just like, okay, I'm either gonna get on this 5 p.m. or this 8 p.m. Regardless, I'm landing pretty late, And I was like, okay, well, since it's late, Prince and I are gonna be in bed, I'll just check in with you on Wednesday or whatever. And that was just the plan. And like, you know, I can kind of empathize that. I can believe that, but it also ain't no excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know you're scared of getting on planes, don't get on the plane. It's like trains, it's buses. You know, there's other options. But my aunt, she was like, you know, I wouldn't mind meeting you either. So if maybe like I can come, you know, and bring him. I guess they're gonna drive. I don't know, but you know, maybe that's an option. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So I talked to my therapist about it, and it was like, oh. Mind you, again, he hasn't been answering my texts. He hasn't been answering my phone calls. He ain't been responding. Now somebody done found him, blew his spot. Friday morning, I wake up to a text message from him basically saying like, sorry, baby. I got sick. I was in the hospital. Like, if we can do it again, let's do it again. I'll send you some money. And that is what triggered me. Because it was like literally same shit, different nigga. Same shit, different man. Like same scenario, different man. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna just let y'all know. I said this like 3 times and used 3 different words each time, but because we trying to work on our vocabulary, I'm going to use the one that you heard. And it was just triggering, you know, because it's like, it illuminated all my dating issues, which is people just give really piss poor excuses for making really horrible decisions that directly impact you. And because I'm so cool, calm, and collected, cool as a cucumber, I just feel like people ask for forgiveness rather than ask for permission. And the way I described it to my therapist was like, because I'm so chill, I feel like nobody thinks to walk on eggshells with me. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody is overly considerate about my feelings because I don't really, you know what I'm saying, cause too much smoke about stuff. Unless it's something specific that you know I'm gonna cause smoke about. And I noticed if it's something, then I notice that people do like, I'm just gonna let you know this ahead of time because I don't want no smoke on the other side. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you have an overly sensitive friend, and even though like you may like, let me just go ahead and call and let them know because I ain't got time for them to have no attitude with me about nothing, And it's like, yeah, it sounds crazy and nobody wants to be that person, but at the end of the day, that person gets like the most respect from people because you know how that person is, so you are being overly considerate of like, you know what, I'm gonna nip this in the bud, or I'm gonna do this the appropriate way because I don't feel like dealing with what comes when I don't do it a way that they like it. You know what I'm saying? And for the people who just be like, oh yeah, sure. You know what I'm saying? We don't even really have the opportunity for people to acknowledge or hold themselves accountable for things that they do to us until we bring it up. And it's like, why I gotta go through all these emotions and feel bad and feel like uncomfortable. We gotta have this uncomfortable conversation. And just for you to be like, dang, I didn't even think about it that way. What do you mean you didn't think about it that way? Because if it was flipped and twisted and it was other characters, or even you were the person on the other end of it, you would have thought of it that way. So that was the low. I still haven't talked to him. He's been blowing my phone up, but I told my therapist, like, I get in this space where I just don't feel like talking. And I don't know, it's like a cycle. Like, you know, I get upset and then I just kind of, like a defense mechanism maybe, but I just don't feel like talking. Like, I already know what I want to say, but I just don't feel like talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't feel like talking to you. And so I was supposed to break the silence last Thursday. When did I have therapy? Whenever Juneteenth was. Yeah, that was last week. Yeah, I'm way behind schedule. And if she watches this, I'm sorry. You told me. Look, man, I wasn't lying. I told you I ain't feel like having a conversation. And now I feel like me breaking the silence is just like, let me just get this over with. Like, I don't even feel like doing it. And it's just like, again, like, I ain't got time. I just ain't got time. I don't have the emotional space to deal with that from nobody. So that's that. But that was definitely the low. Because it just kind of put me in a space. But I'm thankful for it because it also, like, it shined light on an issue that I've had, and it, like, an issue I even had in February, where people's own shit get in the way. People's own stuff get in the way of them, and it leads to them disappointing you. This whole, I was in the hospital. No, you're scared to get on planes. And instead of just being real and honest about that, you lied and you poorly planned a trip because you were trying to conceal that part of you. To the situation I had in February, another mental health kind of thing going on. And it's like, okay, but you still didn't communicate. You still did not do the things that you said you were going to do. You still didn't even communicate that you were not in the mental space. You didn't have the mental capacity, the emotional capacity to do the things that you said you wanted to do with me. So I understand bad days happen, bad seasons come, but that is not an excuse. Your mental health issues are not an excuse for you to be a shitty person to people. And for you to not keep your word and to not be accountable for your actions. That's not an excuse. Like, it's not an excuse. Oh, I was having a bad day, so I cussed you out. Oh, well, sorry. Because you were having a bad day and cussed me out, I beat your ass. End of the story. That was the low. Now the high. The high is I went to church every Sunday this month. I got baptized. I spent time with my friends. Made some decisions about school and I just feel prepared for the next quarter of my life. And so that is definitely the highlight. I just feel prepared. I feel good. Even with that being a low, like, I just learned so much about myself this month. And I'm just really excited about July and the months to come. I feel motivated. I finally feel like I can breathe financially. So maybe my cortisol levels will go down. Just being empowered and in charge of, like, my health and just trying to figure things out so that I can be slim thick. Really, like, June was a really good month. It felt good. And it's ending, like, on a high. Like, so I'm just really, really excited. So yeah, that's that. I'm about to attempt to watch House of Dragons. I have to watch it in a pitch black house because, so you can see the vibes. I don't want Twitter to ruin it for me, and I can't watch it in the daytime. And the sun don't go down till like 9. Y'all, I'm sleepy. But I told y'all, I think I was just sleepy to begin with. But ew. Oh, well. That was nasty. But that powder was expensive, so we gonna drink every last grain of that baby. You hear me? So yeah, y'all. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I fixed the phone issue. So like, y'all, I got the whole month of June on my phone. Like, that's how much memory I got. It's amazing. So, oh, and I'm going to get a camera. Yes. Oh, did I show y'all the beautiful flowers? Hold on. Look at these. So yes, my line sisters came to church, supported me today. Thank you so much, 22 and Miss Epps. I knew Alicia was coming, but 22 told me she wasn't gonna be in town. So when I was sitting in church and they walked in, and then I saw her, like, I got so excited, I started crying. I was just really happy. I mean, I was already like just super excited and just like, I don't know. But when I saw that, it was just beautiful because they streamed. My family got to watch. So my granny, she saw it. We talked after church. She's talking about, you gonna join the choir? Grandma, relax. The choir. How we get here, girlfriend? That was just lovely. The love was there. My girls, they're always just there, and I appreciate that. And it was just great. So yeah, that was that. And that you know what I'm saying? Like, that concluded also like part of the high like of the month. Like, just beautiful friends just showing up. Oh, shout out to my little cousin Brittany. Welcome to the family, Miss Denver. Yes, I can't wait to meet you. My little cousin had a baby named Denver, and yeah, we just can't wait to meet her. She's gonna be so full of personality. And I've been buying some things for like my home office, so I'm excited about that. I bought a privacy thing for the fence on my gate, because I really hate closing my blinds, but y'all, you can see up through here, okay? So I have to do something about that. I have to do my part. So we're gonna put that up hopefully tomorrow. Oh, one thing that I've also gained post-baptism is like, I just feel my faith is completely untouchable at this point. Like, I always knew I was a child of God and not one to be played with. But now I feel that on like a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be careful crossing me. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, that's how I feel. And that's like not a threat. I'm not boasting. I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really forewarning you all. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, the armor of God that I have now. Yeah, just tread lightly. Tread lightly. And that's a beautiful feeling, to know somebody don't play about you. And the person who don't play about you being somebody who can do unimaginable things in your life. It's an amazing feeling. I recommend it. 10 out of 10. All right, y'all, that's that. I'm fighting for my life. I'm finna drink some water and go to bed. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Take care of yourself. And thank you again for tuning in to another vlog. June was a ball. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I think at this point I have given y'all plenty of formats. So we're just gonna keep testing the waters and see what it is and what it's gonna be. But I appreciate y'all's support. Sorry for the wait in advance. And it's all love. It's all love. Romans 12 verse 2. All right.
It's 1,000 yous, it's only one of me. I'm tripping, I'm caught up in the moment. Four. That don't kill me,